welcome to the Sister Cousins Lifestyle channel. My name is Sandy, and in today's video, we're going to be doing a reveal. Guys, I have been working on converting my office to a Zen room, girl cave, meditation room, whatever you want to call it, for the last couple weeks, and I've been sharing little updates along the way. Today, I'm going to share with you what we're going to just call a reveal. It's not 100% there, but it's functional. So I thought I'd go ahead and share where we are today. So if you'd like to see how it has all come together, keep watching. Now, we have picked up some new family members since I started this series. So just to do a quick recap, this is what this office space, it was previously an office, and this is kind of like what it was looking like before. This old piece of furniture here that had long outlived its usefulness. And then I had this old desk here that has long since fallen apart and been removed from the home. There's the drawer from that. And that was kind of like the starting point for this makeover. Once this desk broke, I was like, why even keep the desk? I'm not using it. Why not repurpose this room and do something that you're going to be able to use? I spend a lot of time in my home. I spend a lot of time watching TV, primarily the news. And I know that large consumptions of the news these days especially cannot be good on your mental health. And it definitely is not good on mine. So when I really took a step back, I said, make this room something that you can come in and relax. News is not allowed to be consumed in this room. I will not ever log into any type of news. This is going to be a place where I want to come, relax, zone out, be zen, stress-free, all of the things. And so that's what was the start of this room makeover. I decided to add a music source, and I wanted to go vintage, so I got a record player, an old school style record player. I've been visiting vintage stores, antique stores, record stores, just trying to build out my collection inexpensively, and I am loving that for me. I am enjoying it so much. I have really been enjoying my music up here. Like I said, I've been finding albums like everywhere as low as $1. So I am have really been able to build a little collection that I'm enjoying. I've got some Duke Ellington and John Coltrane. I've got some Four Tops. I've got some Richard Pryor. I've got some Peaches and Herb. Y'all remember them? I've got a lot of old music and I'm loving it. And then over here I have my art center. I said that I wanted a space where I can come in and already have it set up to kind of create, to just kind of do what I want to do and just, just clear my mind and do some painting. And so this art table or easel or whatever is perfect for just that. So when I said this room is functional, it has come together. The lamp there is a thrifted lamp. I've moved it around in my house. Even in this room, I had it on the other side and I decided to put it right there. I decided to add a screensaver on my very old TV just to add some color in here, and I'm really enjoying that as well. I definitely want to be switching out my artwork, but I'm not able to do that right now. I have this old candle holder here, and I just have some little votives on here that are LED just to set that mood. I just love candlelight all the time, and that is great to just kind of help to create that zen space that I want this room to be. Now, I said this room is not done. It's far from it. The art that I have up here is just placeholders. I will be on the hunt, or I am on the hunt for the permanent pieces for this space, but I am loving the way that I have it set up, at least for now. Now, I've had this pillow cover for a while, never had the opportunity to use it. I got it on clearance for $8, and I'm finally bringing it out. I'm excited about that. This is not the seating that I envisioned for this room, but it's a chair that I already had in my home. It was in the guest bedroom. And I just decided, since I don't have any guests coming for a while that I know of, pull that chair out of here and use the chair. I needed a chair in here until I can get what I want. What I really envision for this space is more like a love seat or a chase lounge or something that I can kind of lounge in here when I get ready. But in the meantime, this little chair will do. This is just a little paint by number kit that I had bought some time ago and never finished it. So I pulled it out. This is not the right paintbrush for it, but I just set it here because this is the perfect spot for it, for me to go ahead and get this finished and other little paint projects that I want to work on. I love painting, you know, putting a paintbrush to canvas or whatever and creating. So I thought it would work. It was a conscious decision not to have a desk in here because I really don't need a desk on a day-to-day. However, I found this table, and this table was just absolutely perfect because I wanted an easel. But then after I started thinking about it, there are some times where I may need a desk or may need a flat surface or something like that. So this table kind of plays a dual role, if you will. So it just kind of lifts up in the back. Let me bring you closer so you can see. So it just kind of lifts up in the back, and then you can just lower it down, and it can be a flat surface. So that works perfectly for me. I can actually paint on it with a flat surface if I want, or have it raised up. Now, what I plan on doing, because it's just way too much white in here, is I think I'm gonna get some contact paper and cover this to just kind of, you know, bring in some color, bring in some fun for it. And I'm also gonna be on the market for another stool for in here, just something, probably something that's going to be a vintage stool of some sort. That'll be really interesting. Yeah, so I just want to kind of spruce it up like that. I said when I set this room up that I wanted a lot of plants, live plants. I love live plants. This is my most recent acquisition. This is rhododendron, I believe. I got it from Trader Joe's. It was $12.99. I think this will grow to be a nice size. So this is where I have it for now. I may move that later, but that's where it is now. And then I have my pothos over here. And then I have my snake plant there. And then over here, I have my aloe vera that needs to be replanted. I'll take care of that. And then I have these two plants that I shared in my last video, my rubber plant and my, oh my God, I can't think of the name. But anyway, that. So these are the plants that I have in here so far. So the room is far from finished, but like I said, it is functional, and that was what was most important. Now, I can come up here now, I can pull out my mat and do my yoga stretches on the floor. I've been doing that, do my ab work and all of that good stuff. I've got a few little hand weights. This will never be a full-on gym, but I want to be able to do, you know, a little bit of something up here on the days that I don't actually make it to the gym. I can come up here, I can paint. I said that relieves stress for me. I can listen to my new vinyl records. I can enjoy my live plants. So all is well in that space. So the only thing, like I said, that I will be doing, and it will be over time, and that will be to get some actual permanent artwork in here, which I'm going more on the bold, colorful side. I just want this to kind of be a fun space. And I have to get my rugs still, and then my permanent seating in here. So those are the things that I still want to have in here, but they certainly won't keep me from using the space. In the meantime, I have been out at scouring my vintage stores trying to find some things that I think will be perfect additions for this space. So I'm just going to share some of the things that I've been seeing out here in these vintage streets. So this is the Sleepy Poet antique shop that's located in Charlotte, North Carolina. This is like the largest antique store that I know of in this area. They just have all kinds of things, and it's like separate little vendors in different areas. And I just love coming in here and just looking to see what I see and things that are reminiscent of my childhood and just some really, really interesting things. This is a great way to spend a Saturday afternoon. You kind of can't come in with any type of expectations because you just never know what you're going to find. So you might have some categories of things that you're interested in looking in, but you might find something totally unexpected. And that's what I like about it. So I did mention that I'm looking for like an antique stool type of situation for my art table. I did not find one, but I had my eye open for something that I may be able to use for that. I did like that yellow vase though. I thought that was really pretty. The day that I was here, everything was on sale. It was anywhere from like 10 to 25% off of every single item. So there was a lot of people in here trying to look for good deals. Now, I never miss up an opportunity to look at lighting because I am looking for lighting for my stairway. So you just never know. Wouldn't that be great if I were to find a vintage piece that I love? Didn't happen on this particular day, but I'm not counting it out. My mom got a kick out of these vintage soda bottles here. She can remember those. I remember them too, drinking out of the glass soda bottles back in the day, or from the Midwest where I'm from, we call it pop. It took me the longest time when I moved south to get rid of that word pop and call it soda, but I finally got there. This is a really fun place for my mother to come in and take a look around because she really remembers a lot of these old things, so she gets a kick out of it too. Back when I first started coming to the Sleepy Poet, when I first moved to the Carolinas 15 years ago, things were so inexpensive. That's no longer the case, just like with anything else, but I still enjoy coming in here and looking around. And now that I have my record player at home, I definitely want to take advantage of looking at vinyl whenever I run into a booth that has it, because I just never know when I just might find that next one that I have to have for my collection. And it's just something really fun and nostalgic about flipping through LPs, as we used to call them back in the day, or albums or whatever. I absolutely love it. This is something I spent many a day back in my youth at the record shop. In Michigan, where I'm from, there was a record store on the corner of my street that was owned by Eddie Kendrick's brother. It was called Kendrick's Record Shop. I spent a whole lot of money up in that place. I loved records back in the day and cannot believe that it has been so long since I have had a collection. So here, this little piece of art here, it just really caught my eye. But like I said, the art is not inexpensive. It's a cute little piece, but it's not $85 worth, but I really did like it. They also had some really nice quality furniture pieces too, antique, vintage, pieces here, solid wood, great ornamentation on them. Everything is really cute. I thought this little globe lamp was cute. If it had not been a blue globe, that would have been of real interest to me, because you know I love travel and I love globes and maps and things like that as a part of my decor. It was a lot of walking in here that day, so we had my mom sit down to rest a little bit. And I don't know if you could see her in that mirror, but she escaped. We got back over there where we had her sitting, and honey, she was gone. So much for her resting. I thought this little piece was so cute. If only I had bought it when I saw it. How many times have we asked ourselves that? I know I do. There is just so much to see in these places like this. It's just some of everything. It's a lot of stuff crammed in here. Lots and lots and lots of interesting pieces to look at and to try to figure out what they are. A lot of times we were asking my mom, like, what is this? Some things she knew, sometimes some things she didn't know either, but it was fun just the same, just kind of looking at some old pieces. This was really cute. I like this a lot. This is like a fireplace, portable or standalone fireplace or whatever, and more records. Records were like everywhere. They had a lot of music. So this is a perfect place if you're just looking for, that piece of music that you want for your home. And they even had old record players. We were tripping out on this thing here. It had an 8-track, it had a cassette and a record player and a radio. It had some of everything going on with this thing here. But the thing that caught my eye every time was the art. So many interesting art pieces in here, so many beautiful pieces in here to look at. And so I did enjoy looking at them. I enjoyed looking at the price tags as well. But it was good, just to kind of look and see, because I know that I'm going to find that perfect art piece for or art pieces for my space eventually. If I just keep looking, it's one of those things where you just have to really look and kind of go through a lot of things, but I'm going to find that perfect piece. Here, my sister and I are looking at some of the walking sticks or canes that they had in here, trying to convince my mother to try one. She's not really up for that. That is not her thing, but we were looking just the same in hopes that we might find one that she says, I'll give it a try. We'll see. I like to look at lamps also when I come in here, and then just different types of sculptures and things like that, because you could just find little accent pieces for your home, for your shelves, interesting pieces, and I am all about creating a story for my home. I want my home to tell a story, and even though if I buy something from an antique store, it's not a part of my story, it's the next best thing, because unfortunately I don't have a lot of things like from my grandparents and things like that. That is one thing that I truly regret. But at the time that my grandparents were around, or, I was in a different space. I didn't have an interest in some of the older pieces that they had. And now I would give anything to have, some of those old pieces just so that I can have them displayed in my home. But I do not have them. So I do enjoy looking at them. I've always liked antiques. I've always liked thrifting, that type of thing, because I just have always had an appreciation in my adult years, not in my childhood, but in my adult years I have. So I like coming in and looking, and even though it's a part of someone else's history, if it's something that I like, I bring it home, I bless it for my home, and it just becomes a part of my story. I make it my story. And here I found my sister here. She's found some more albums here that she's kind of going through and reminiscing on some of these people. Most of these people we've never heard of, but we were just kind of searching through. There's one for Diana Ross. So we were just looking through and just kind of remembering different music that we may have had growing up or whatever. It was a good time. It really was a good time. Nice, inexpensive Saturday afternoon. I was kind of appalled at this piece of art here and the price tag on it, because that is certainly something that you can see at Ross on any given day, or Home Goods or Burlington or whatever. But anyway, that's what they wanted for it. This is something else that I wish I had some old silver or china from. Even my mom. My mom doesn't have any of her old china either. I don't know what happened to that china now that I think about it. But anyway, my sister and I were trying to figure out what in the world is this. I guess it's an old fossil of some sort or whatever. On the other side, it said that was a rhinoceros. I believe that's what it said. But I don't know who. Anyway, we're just going to leave that right there. That's what it is. Well, thanks so much for stopping by today. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please don't leave without hitting that thumbs up button. Also, hit that subscribe button if you're not currently subscribed. I would love to have you as a part of my YouTube family. And to all my returning family members, thank you so much for coming on this journey with me. I thank you so much, and I hope to see you all over here on my next one. Bye-bye.